Okay, Joel, this is for you. This is something I like to see. We have cars, we have the bus. This is me making a prison, but that's not the point. Point is, I'm making a makeshift trailer, and I'd like to actually see a trailer in the game rather than having to go this route. And you're going to see why. This is like a loading dock, and I don't see no rubber texture, so I had to use a countertop texture for the bumper guards. The back of it. So let's go up here for a minute. And basically, I'd like to see trailers so we can put them in with bumper guards and trailers, or at least a texture for rubber texture and trailers so we can actually go up inside the trailer. As you can see, I got zombies inside the trailers in like a little dungeon crawl area. So we can go back here. We got boxes and crates and stuff. And each trailer's like this, and I'd like to see doors on the trailer or a roll-up ramp. I know my son, he did a roll-up ramp. This block, for these trailers to look properly, they shouldn't be more than three blocks wide, and I've had to use, the problem that I'm having is like I have to use plates. Have to use plates and cycle them around for the outsides, that way you can do stuff on the inside. One of the problems I see is basically I'd like y'all to work on, if possible, and make it so, for example, let me just lay a couple of these down here. Okay. Here. Okay. So like when we're going here, we put the railing here, and we put the railing here, you can't place one here. The only way you can do it is place it on the outside, but then it looks odd and all. If there's a way y'all could allow for overlapping of specific blocks being allowed, having them where they can overlap inside. For example, here, it would be a lot easier to build a lot of different things without having issues, especially when you want to lay something on top of something. Uh, for example, I'm going to go up here and into this building here where I got this makeshift prison. And where's it at? This one's not going to have much of a problem because all these railings were done on the outside. But there are certain railings, so it's probably not in this one here. So this is, go back over here, I gotta find out which one it's in. Maybe this one. No, we got an, yeah, for example, this bar right here. As you can see, it's on the outside because it couldn't be overlapped. Another problem I got into is my ceiling height can't be so high, because in order to put this ceiling in, I had to do these plates like this, but then when you place it like this, you can't place a light up underneath it in the bottom cell here. So like when I wanted to put these lights in, I had to go with concrete, because each block that we have is taking up an entire block, and the empty space in the block is not allowing to place anything on it. It would place it at the bottom of the green square and not actually on the plate itself. But there's a way to allow overlapping of specific blocks like the plates, the railing. It would allow for better creation, not just for, you know, us players that want to do our own prefabs, but for you guys being able to do more of that. But I would like to see, going back over here to this issue, I love all the new assets. It's just helping make things. I'd like to see these trailers, actual physical models of trailers that are scaled to the size of a vehicle. That's kind of the scale had to play around trying to get a tire on here. The tires are not exactly a scale of size of this, but as you can see, I'm just trying to play with something from a distance. It looks like shit, but hey, it is what it is. For example, the bottom floor and these plates in here had to be turned, as you can see, this way, so there'd be a floor inside and not an open space where I had to put these down for the kickstands. But the problem we have here is you can't set nothing on them. And the same thing goes back to where the wheels are. The plates have to be turned and you can't set nothing here inside the truck. But an actual model trailer, you would be able to do all this, because it'd be pre-modeled as an actual space to be able to go into. I think actually the trailer would take us probably less polygons than the bus, because they're more box shaped. Wouldn't take a lot of polygons, because I look how rounded this bus is, and a trailer. I mean, I'd like to see flatbeds, regular trailers. These are all static objects like the cars, you know. I'd like to see a chopper, but choppers are not flyable because, you know, I don't know, some reason, maybe they're damaged or whatnot. Maybe if y'all wanted to make them flyable in the future, I don't care. I just want something static, so like you can put it on top of a hospital, you can put it in certain places, maybe some tanks, all static objects, not usable, just salvageable, but for aesthetics purposes. I love all the assets y'all have been adding into the game, but this is like a replication of the Walking Dead prison. Fences not being able to be put diagonal does hinder how I have to do this, so it's not exact replica because, you know, that. But I would love to see these static objects. I would love to see overlapping of specific blocks, not all blocks, just specific blocks, like the railing, plates, being able to basically put, like for example right here, I like to be able to see that, but on either side of the railing. And the same thing goes for, let me see here, yeah, like these right here, these joints, I like to see these right here be lappable. I know you can lap these. See, you can lap this one over this one. This is what I'm not understanding. You can lap this one, but you can't lap it here. Now that block laps into that block sideways, even though it's, you know, side by side. But I'd like to see where you can overlap these blocks on specific blocks. If you could do that, that would be awesome. Alright, thanks.